It's August 15th. Annette dug her onions out of this row yesterday. So I took the fork down and worked it really hard last night one way, and then I went at a right angle and worked it again just with the fork, kind of like a broad fork, but I just used a barn fork. Anyways, I've got it seeded down. We're going to put it into a cover crop. This is going to be our very first row of new way of gardening here. This is a 30-inch row. We're going to do 30-inch permanent beds with 18-inch pathways next year. So I kind of laid out where everything is going to be. And this isn't the first row in the garden, but it's the first one that opened up, and I knew where it was going to be, so I worked it and got it ready to go. Cover crop we're using is we've got some field peas. These are yellow field peas, Eiffels, and we've got some oats, some Mustang oats that we grew last year, and I put in 3 pounds of total seed on this row. It's not quite 100 feet because it doesn't go to the end yet. So I got 3 pounds total seed, 2 pounds of peas, and 1 pound of oats. And I'm just working it in now with the rake a little bit, and going to cover it up with some straw. It's about 33 degrees Celsius right now. It's supposed to maybe have some rain coming, but I'm going to cover it up with just a little bit of straw and water it down, and hopefully that'll get this off to a start. I've got it raked in. I'm going to get some straw and put on top here. I had a straw video on the garden. I have a love-hate relationship with straw. I talk about it in that video. One of the things with straw is it's messy. But we haven't had any rain this year to speak of. And I don't think we've had any measurable rain since I put the straw down on the garden about a month and a half ago. So anything here we've had to either haul the water in by the truckload or a little bit from the house. We don't have a real great well, so most of the watering we've done we've had to haul in with a truck. So I'm gonna rob some straw and cover this up because it's the only way we can seem to get things germinating right now. Carrots and stuff, we've had to reseed all of them. We just put straw on them until they started growing, and then kind of thinned it out so the sunlight could dapple through and they didn't get all spindly, and then move it aside and move it around just to sort of hold the moisture down. The soil just gets so hot with the sun shining on it and the wind's blowing, and all our moisture just disappears. So yeah, the straw seems to be helping out, so we'll get that done. Our first bed of cover crop was only halfway successful. The peas I had, I just kept them in a jar down in the cold room since we'd done peas when we were doing them probably 5 or more, 10 years ago maybe. And they were cold and dry, and you know, in the dark I thought they'd be fine, but not a single pea germinated. So that was kind of disappointing, but good to find out before next year. Looks like we got a pretty good catch on our oats though. So this is just our first bed. We're just going to let this come up and mow it down and work it in. And yeah, so kind of disappointing about the peas. I was pretty sure that they'd still be okay, but not one of them grew. And there was a lot of peas. So I guess we'll have to source some new seed.